I was having this conversation because I was transported years back while I had the same conversation with my father. What my son said is, "Mom, what do you want for Christmas?" I had to smile as I gave him the same answer that my father gave to me. All I want is I want you to be a good kid. I want you to be honest. I just want you to be a good kid. "No, Mom, what do you want me to buy you?" "Jason, I can't think of anything." "No, Mom, what do you want me to buy you? I need to wrap it up, put it in a box." Well, that got me thinking. In fact, every year at this time, I think. One of the things that I like about the Christmas season is people's hearts and pockets seem to be open a little bit more than they are for the whole rest of the year. We see people doing things that they may not do the rest of the year. We see people volunteering at soup kitchens. People buy gifts for abused children. People donate money, write checks to charities. We see a lot of that opening of hearts and opening of pockets. I love this season. I love the feeling. You can just feel all these open hearts, and it's a great feeling. I love watching Christmas movies and driving my children crazy with Christmas songs, playing endlessly, hour after hour. I think what it boils down to, this time of year, we just notice things a little bit more. We notice needs, ways that we can help, because we're already in a frame of mind, I need to get, I need to buy, I need to do. And so we do. We get and we buy and we do things for people. Well, as I was reflecting on this, as I do every year, for about the past 15 years or so, I remember two gifts that were given to me and my family that have had particular importance. And I don't know if I've shared these with you before, and if I have, you're going to hear them again. Nothing outstanding, but they were very meaningful to me. One was about 15 years ago. Someone did the 12 Days of Christmas for us, for our family. In fact, I think it was 16 years ago. Must have been 17 years ago, because I was very pregnant. My son was born in January. So for 12 days leading up to Christmas, we found something every night on our doorstep. I remember the first night was a big crystal platter of homemade fudge and candies and cookies, and knowing that my favorite food in the whole world is sugar, I was in absolute heaven. I don't remember what all the gifts were. I remember that the third day was peanuts. We got 3 different cans of different kinds of nuts. One of the days, I believe it was 7, was a 7-car train with a cool track that went all around the Christmas tree. And my boys, we had that for years. They had so much fun with that. The items were, some were handmade, and they weren't just little knick-knacky stuff. They were really nice, thoughtful gifts that meant so much to our family. The second gift that is probably the most special to me wasn't a great thing, but let me explain it to you. I was a single mom, 4 little boys. My oldest was 8. My youngest was not quite 2. It was December 5th. I had paid all the bills for the month. I had deposited all the money I would be getting for the month. I had $3.47 left over. There was no money to buy any more food for the end of the month. There was nothing to purchase any kind of gifts for my children. So I sat in my chair feeling quite sorry for myself and noticed the mail truck come right in front of my house. My first thought was, oh no, I hope I didn't forget any bills because I can't pay them. So I trudged out, head bowed, out to get my mail, came back and looked through. Thankfully, no bills. But there was a Christmas card from my brother, so that cheered me up. As I opened the card, out fell some money. What my brother wrote was that someone thought that I might need just a little extra that year, and they wanted to remain anonymous. They never wanted me to know who they were, and so they gave it to my brother for him to send along to me. It was not huge. It wasn't $1,000. It was less than that, but it was enough that it got us through the end of that Christmas season. My children had a nice Christmas, but more than the money was knowing that someone was looking out for me. That was probably the best Christmas gift that I have ever received. Small amount of money, big amount of feeling, an opening of heart and pocket for me and for my children. I think that the favorite gift that I ever gave was about 10 or 15 years ago, somewhere in there. A couple of months before Christmas, I stole my mother's address book for a day and wrote down all of the addresses of all of their friends, families, cousins, aunts, uncles, anyone that was in there. They received a letter from me asking for them to send a letter back for my parents, expressing appreciation for something that they had done, maybe a favorite memory that they had of my parents, an experience that they had shared, some way that they appreciated my parents. That was wonderful for me as a daughter to watch my parents open up this book and see it just chock full of all these letters from lifetime friends and family expressing their gratitude, appreciation, and love for my parents. At this time of year, as the closing up on a year, beginning a new year, why don't we practice keeping our hearts open? Close your pockets if you want to, but keep your heart open year-round. Mr. Toastmaster.